Hi, it's Local Dragon Lady here, straight from the shower, because after what I did today on Master Duel, I feel a little dirty. Yes, Master Duel. I barely play this game anymore, hence why I don't do many profiles in it. But man, yeah, it's my day off, so I actually had time to play this because, as you know, you can't just play Master Duel for one quick game. Oh no, it takes you a whole friggin' day because all the combo decks and the slow engine is... Anyway, I decided to try and build my Blue Eyes Jet control deck in Master Duel, at least the best that I can, because I don't spend real money in this game, so I have to find whatever cards I can to dissolve and reconstruct into different cards. I don't have many gems either, like well, ultra and super rare gems. So anyway, this is the best I could do, and it does work because I was able to breeze through bronze up until gold. I think I'm at gold 4. Let me double check. Yes, I'm at gold 4. Okay. But took a long time because everybody was playing Tearlaments and Splites and Isis cards. There's a few odd decks here and there, like some Blue Eyes once in a while, but no, mostly everyone's playing these heavy combo decks of Tearlaments, Splites, Tears, combined with other things, but it's, yeah, but, and matter of fact, probably half of my duels would end in my opponents surrendering because most of them underestimated what the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon does, which is insane. This deck, this card is ridiculous in this deck because it's basically DPE. It just keeps coming back over and over and over, and it protects your field from any kind of destruction effect. So let's just dive right into what this deck is. So 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, the vanillas, that's fine. 3 White Stone of Ancients, so this thing will hatch into a Blue Eyes Jet most of the time. Dictator of D. Now, we need options to get the Blue Eyes White Dragon into the grave as soon as possible because the Blue Eyes White Dragon totally relies on having the Blue Eyes in your grave or in your... on your field, I'm sorry. So basically, this guy is basically Magician Souls for Blue Eyes. So you can special summon this guy to your field by sending a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the grave. There you go, that is done. But if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, you can just, well, you can just dump that to the graveyard or a card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon and summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the grave. Like, you don't be doing that all that much. It's mostly to get the Blue Eyes White Dragon into the grave ASAP. But the best part about this is as long as Dictator's on the field and your opponent declares an attack on you, that attack must be redirected to either your Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Blue Eyes card, which includes the Jet Dragon. The whole goal of this deck is to get this guy out ASAP. So as long as you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in your grave, this guy has full power. So what does this guy do? Well, as long as he's on the field, he protects all of your other cards on the field from being destroyed by any effects. Any destruction effects. And you have 2 of them in the field, well, they protect each other, so your entire field cannot be affected by destruction effects. Now, once this guy battles, so not just when he slams into your opponent, if your opponent were to slam into him, which is not an option, which is, if you have Dictator or D, your opponent must slam into the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. What will happen is, before the damage step, this card can target any of your opponent's cards and bounce it back to their hand. So it could be a monster, it could be with the background. Now, of course, this is a targeting effect, so if your opponent's monster protects against targeting, well, it's not going to work. But it's great for getting rid of those pesky back rows. Now, it is once per turn, so unfortunately, if you have 2 Blue Eyes Jets on the field and you go to, you attack with both of them, unfortunately, you only get the bounce once. But the best part about this guy is it keeps coming back. So let's say if this guy's in your hand or in the grave, if any card on the field gets destroyed by a battle or card effect, like including your opponents, this guy automatically special summons to the field, providing the blue eyes is on the field or in the grave. So again, that's why it's so important to get this guy into the grave or on your field, doesn't matter. So this guy can just keep plowing up. And again, like, this is a card that most people underestimate, because I've had people try to destroy my field with card effects, doesn't work. I've had people try to beat over him, doesn't really work. And of course, I've had one in the field, they destroy him by battle, whatever, but the other one comes out if it's in my hand or my graveyard. So it just goes in an infinite loop. It's ridiculous. Now, that's all we have for monster cards, not that many. Magic, we have 3 Dragon Shrines. The move you'll be doing with this is getting a Blue Eyes White Dragon and an egg into the grave ASAP. So the Blue Eyes is in the grave, perfect. Egg will hatch into Blue Eyes Jet, you're set. You're completely set. Bingo Machine Go, only one because it is searchable. Search for 3 cards, like 3 Blue Eyes monster cards or 3 cards that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you can pick one. This is really good in a pinch, that if you need to get a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, you can get it that way. You can search for Blue Eyes Jet Dragon if you already have the Blue Eyes on the field or the grave. It has really good uses. It's really good for finding the True Light, which is another crazy card in this. 3 Pop Extravagance, you will not be summoning anything from your extra deck, at least barely. I rarely ever do, so this is okay. 1 Power Prosperity, it's been nerfed to 1. Made a new ban list out recently, so yeah, again, you can just dig into your deck even further. Of course, there is no side decks in Master Duel, so I decided to put some back row removal just for caution. So Cosmic Cyclone, it's much better to banish a back row than to destroy it, because there's some back row cards that get a grave effect once they hit it. So this is always good. Plus, it's also a quick play magic. Ultimate Fusion, same reason why Bingo Machine Go here. It's searchable, and it allows you to go into a really good Blue Eyes fusion monster, the Blue Eyes Tyrant, which is really good in a pinch. Torrential Tribute, this is really, really good. When a monster is special summon, you can destroy everything in the field. It's great if you need to clear your opponent's field, and of course you can protect your own cards with you can protect it with the Ultimate Creature of Destruction, which makes any of your Blue Eyes immune to pretty much everything. Paleozoic Deinonymiscus. Yeah, this is a great spot removal. So you flip this card up, you target a card on your, a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, discard 1 of your cards for cost, banish that card. So it's a great spot removal for, a back row card, a monster card. Also, it's also great for that discard. So if you have an egg in your hand, for example, you need to toss it to the graveyard to hatch it. This is a good way to do it. And of course, same reason for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Like, say if you have a Blue Eyes Jet in your graveyard, but they get the full effect, so you can dump the Blue Eyes White Dragon into the grave, and then Jet Dragon will be live. So it's great for that. Ultimate Creature of Destruction. Again, only 1 because it's searchable, but this guy's great. You use it to target one of your Blue Eyes monsters, most notably the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, and it basically makes it immune to everything. Even if you were to have Skill Drain activated and your opponent would have it activated, put Ultimate Creature Destruction on your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon and it will undo the Skill Drain for that 1 turn, so you can let the Jet Dragon's effects go rampant. And this thing is also reusable, so once you use it once and you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is going to happen, you can reset this card from your grave to your field, although it will get banished after the 2nd time you use it. And of course, it's good in combination with the Torrential Tribute. So you have your Jet Dragon, your opponent were to do something to destroy your Jet Dragon. You can activate Torrential Tribute to destroy your opponent's side of the field. If you summon something, chain with Ultimate Creature Destruction. It will protect your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, and your opponent's not going to like that. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. You're only allowed 2 now. Go figure. But this just slows down your opponent. It's a great floodgate because every deck heavily relies on magic cards. You have them in the deck too, but they're not as many, and it's okay if it slows down your side of the field a little bit, because you're usually able to get the Jet Dragon out pretty quick before you need to activate the anti-spell fragrance. One, Rivalry of Warlords. You can only use one now in Master Duel. Okay, so this is a great floodgate. There are some decks that still use different types of monsters, so this is just a good floodgate to slow them down. One skill drain. You only have one now, but again, that's okay. I managed quite well only having one. And the downside is it does turn off your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, but this is a Blue Eyes deck. It heavily relies on big beat sticks to quench your opponent. And of course, if you get your Blue Eyes Timer out first, and then you get your skill drain, well, your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, your Blue Eyes Timer is going to be immune from this anyway, so you can still plow over your opponents with your power. Summon Limit. I was playing Room at 3, but 2 seems to work out really well. But if you have room, you can always put a third one in there. You're not going to be summoning many monsters to begin with. Again, your goal is to get out 1 or 2 Blue Eyes Jet Dragons. That's pretty much it. So this isn't going to affect you that much at all. Imperial Iron Wall. This, oh man, this screws a lot of people over. Almost every deck relies on banishing to some degree. Now, of course, you have to be careful, because if you have Imperial Iron Wall up, it means you can't use your Paleozoic Deinonymiscus, and you can't use your Pop Extravagance and your Pop Prosperity. So, if this is in your hand, try to use these cards first, and then set the Imperial Iron Wall for as safety, because if your opponent's about to banish something critical that they need to get their plays going, activate this, and it's just going to derail them, like, big time. And when goes in match, same reason, it's good to... it's a good floodgate, because some people are using different attributes. And of course, it doesn't affect you, because we're all using the same type, same attributes, except for the Dictator D, but again, that's okay. But by the time you get to these cards, you already have your main board built up. And of course, the True Light. The True Light. Now, of course, the downside of True Light is if it gets destroyed from your field, all of your monsters get destroyed, but because of the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, that's not going to happen. I've had many people try to destroy this card, but Jet Dragon just protects it. So if you combine the Jet Dragon with your True Light, that's it. It's you're golden. You're golden. So once per turn, you can use this to summon a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon from your hand or the graveyard, which is great, because as long as it's on either, grave or field, Jet Dragon's at full power. Or you can use it to set a card from your deck to your field that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. So that includes your Bingo Machine Go, your Ultimate Creature Destruction, and your Ultimate Fusion. So yeah, and of course, like say if you were to get your Bingo Machine Go in your opening hand, you can use it to search out your True Light, which is great. Now, the extra deck, the only cards that you're really going to summon will be your either Relinquished Anima or your Linkuriboh. This is just the normal summon your egg, link up, and get the effect of the egg. Ideally, I like to get the Salamangreat Almirage, but it's an ultra rare. I don't have the gems for that. Either that, more Linkuribohs, or more Animas would be fine, but again, they're ultras. I don't have enough gems, but that's okay, because they're not very likely to get banished off the effect of your pots anyway, which is pretty good. There are some Libromancer decks out there, so Elder Entity, Fossil Warrior, Skull Knight is decent. So, you can just send these off to your graveyard and use their effects. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, definitely one of the better fusions now. I almost never go into this, but hey, it's always an option. You can attack all your opponent's monsters, and of course, if he battles, so if your opponent even summons into him and you have a trap in your graveyard, you can just reset the trap. So he's really good for trap recursion. Also, he's immune from all trap effects, including skill drain, providing he comes out first. So keep that in mind. I have 2 Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragons. For the main reason is to rank up into either the Blade Dragon or into the full armor Photon Dragon. So you can, it's spot removal, strong beat stick to beat over things. And yeah, that is that is the deck. So anyway, I did save some replays, just 2, because oh my goodness, they were pretty much all the same. It took a ridiculous long time, but it does showcase what this deck does and how, many people underestimate what the Blue Eyes White Dragon does. So anyway, this is your Dragon Lady saying to remember to be a good sport, to play the game, not the fame, and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the replays!